Welcome back to the podcast, or the Marco Martinez Show, as I should call it. Welcome back, guys. How's everyone doing today? Fun to be back. It's been the temp has been been okay. We're starting to get some fall weather. Have you guys been noticing that? How now it's starting to become cooler in the mornings and cooler at night, but during the day it's hot. And that's what I fucking hate during the days, because you wear long sleeve. Because you woke up pretty cold, so you wear it. But then as the day goes on, then it's fucking hot, and then now you're like, well, I don't really feel like wearing a long sleeve now because it's too hot. And then as the day starts cooling down, now it's back to being cold. What the fuck? But I hope everyone's having a great morning. Like usual, you get yourself hydrated. Go ahead, take a sip of your coffee, water, whatever the case may be. I am drinking some Bubbler. Love that brand. Have any of you guys tried Bubbler? Trust me, I would recommend it. Like, I would big time recommend it. Because it has about 70 milligrams caffeine, and it got a bunch of like vitamins and all this other shit. I'm not gonna go too much in detail because that's not really what we're here for. This may come to a shocker, but actually what I'm going to be talking about is a whole new release of the iPhones, of what we just had, the Apple event. I know this is probably big. What the hell? Probably a big turn of events, but yeah, for the previous iPhones, they didn't really change up much. Now they have a new camera button, they basically, and AI. Well, Apple Intelligence is how they are branding it. They have an increased battery size, have supposedly better heat receptors, so that way it's able to, I think that's what the term would be. That way it's able to not overheat as much. And I guess it's got the new A18 Pro chip. Well, this is for the iPhone 16 Pros. And then the iPhone 16s have the A18 Bionic chip. If you guys don't know what that means, just know that the phones are very fucking powerful. Battery life as well. It's supposed to help with energy consumption, which I don't know if many of you guys have experienced this with iPhones. I have. But after a year, honestly, when I'm with mine, it was weird because I have the 15 Pro Max. The 14 Pro Max, after after a year, is when I was starting to experience some pretty bad battery life. The iPhone 15 Pro Max, on the other hand, I started experiencing it about, I'd say, maybe 8 months in, where I would use it and I'm like, wow, why is the battery almost dying? Like, how? And I haven't even been using it that much. Granted, I would have 5G on, because how I would do it is I have 5G on auto. So whatever the best speeds are and don't consume so much battery life, it's going to use that type of 5G. I could turn it on and get the best high-end 5G ultra capacity because I'm with T-Mobile, get the best of the best, but you don't really need it. For everyday stuff, you don't really need it. And so the phone would not only overheat, but the battery would die out so fast. So I'm excited to see if the new series fixes that problem. Same with the new Apple Watch, because my Apple Watch, on some pretty easy consumption, it can last me all day. But when I'm using it, no. And I'm not saying using it as diving and all this. It's weird. Again, I think it's also a mixture of heat as well, because that too will fuck it up as well. And I hate it. So I don't know why it does that, but I don't know. I know this. I hope this isn't just a weird random turn into going from like what I normally talk about, which is really whatever goes on with my life, to then just like an Apple event. Just excited for it, really. Like with the Apple Watch, they have the Apple Watch Series 10, where now it's 10% thinner, better viewing angles, a new jet black, which honestly looks so good, and just many other because I guess you can say features, which it's no different from the Series 9, but I have the Series 7, so I see it as a big upgrade. But if you have the Series 9, I would honestly say just stick with what you got, because like with me, with the Series 7, when I saw the Series 8, I was and then the Series 9, I was going to upgrade, but I was still a little bit hesitant. But now that the Series 10's come out, that jet black looks so nice that I'm like, I think it's time for that upgrade. Because just like a home with phones, I feel like if you have no problems with your current phone, like if the battery still lasts you for basically all day for your type of consumption, it still takes great photos, like the photos that you don't mind having, the videos that you don't mind having, and it performs like how you want it, I honestly say give it another year. Wait for a huge major upgrade. But I say if you're on the iPhone, if you want to upgrade to the 16, because now they've discontinued the 15s. If you want to upgrade to the 16, just the base model, 16 base, not the Pro, just a 16. If you are at least on the 13 on down, I'd say make the switch. 14 on up, wait until next year. For the Pro series, I would say, unless you haven't had problems with a lot of the overheating and the battery lives and whatnot from the 14 Pro Max or Pros, I guess I'll just say the Pro series, the 14 or 15 Pro Max, I would honestly say just stick with what you have. If yours turned out fine, stick with it. But if yours does have a problem with the battery consumption, especially your type of consumption that you'd use, I would say give the new year a shot. I mean, that's just how I am, because I know it may look as bad, which can be. But I always trade in. I never purchase them outright. I always trade in because I will get some good deals too. That's kind of why I do the trade-ins, because I remember when I got the iPhone 14 Pro Max, I think I got it for like $200 because of a trade-in. So it's like, do it. I mean, this other one I got for like $700, I believe, the 15, because of now how they're changing the trade-in credits. But I'm still okay with that, because at the same time, that was the 512 gig, I think. Not even the 128, because that's what the 14 Pro Max had, the 128. This is the 512 gig, and I have that much. Like, you get a lot. So it's like and plus T-Mobile lets me upgrade every year. So really, it's like I'll be fine. Like, I'm getting well taken care of. So if you're that type of person that's I would say in for a new phone, I'd say do it, depending on how old yours is. If you're on Android, wait for Samsung's new Galaxies to probably come out. I think it's like January or February, or I think just during springtime. If you want to stick with the Google Pixels, I would say go with the Google Pixel. But I know, again, this is probably like a weird episode talking about tech, but I'm just excited for it. Let me know, what are you guys kind of tech people? Let me know on that. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, just if you guys use Spotify, just kind of leave in the comments. If not, I mean, you can honestly DM me at Chicken Burrito 975. I believe that's mine. Or my Facebook, or even my email. I think I have it on the website. But that's kind of what I really got so far today. And I would like to thank the people that do listen, even if it is 2 or 3 people. I really appreciate it, because I wouldn't be doing this without you guys, and really just me needing someone to talk to. And sometimes how my thoughts are, where it's like it's hard for me to talk to someone, so I need to speak it out, but on the mic. Because if someone can relate exactly like how I feel, I would want them to know that I'm feeling exactly like how they're feeling. Or maybe you have some advice, or maybe I give advice. Who knows? I just really appreciate you guys that listen to do that, are able to see this emotional roller coaster that I am. But again, thank you guys for listening. I love you guys. And I'll honestly see you guys on the next one. Really next week. Bye for now.